That was so awkward. Okay.
Filming our trail.
It's very beautiful. A lot of streams. You can hear one right now.
It rained for the last couple days.
Yes. So everything is fresh. Crisp. Sexy. Oh, hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Nicole has the new hiking boots.
New drip. The new drip or drown.
We're going to see how those work for her. La Sportiva. So we're barely into the hike.
Literally like 5 minutes.
And there's a little tiny path off the main path, and there is the pond. Beautiful little spot right off the trail.
Why? Is it a nice pond or something?
Yeah, it just looks like a cool place. I didn't know.
Oh, look at that, dude. That's cute. And there's little minnows.
That's a little family of Canadian geese. Oh, this is beautiful here. How's your family? How you guys been doing? This is quite a sanctuary. There's a lot of birds. We've seen a lot of birds. Mostly ducks, geese. We keep missing this blue heron. I think it's a blue heron that keeps staying just ahead of us. That's beautiful. We hit a single file part of the trail. It was a little bit of a climb. Not bad, but got our heart rate up because we were relaxed walking around the pond.
Yep.
Looks like there's a bit of some ascension going on. This is pretty. We're halfway.
Yes, sir.
Mile 1. This is pretty.
Pretty hot. Really
Well,
hot, and I don't
it's kind of your choice of what you wore.
feel a lot. Mia says it's hot. It is very hot. Just because I'm wearing a long sleeve. And I'm wearing a see-through t-shirt.
So I think we're probably close to the top of our elevation gain.
Definitely surprises you.
Yeah,
You think you're going just on a regular
like a saunter.
leisure stroll, and then we raise up the whole time. About like 5, 6, 7 minutes now.
A nice elevation gain for sure.
Yeah, I like the challenge.
It made it feel like,
A little more rewarding
Hike.
once we finish it.
yeah. Probably wouldn't want to do this trail in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
It'd be really hot.
Very hot.
It's already, it's warm now, but it rained yesterday, as we said. Been raining this week, gonna rain this next week. Actually, surprising, think about it, this trail is probably in better shape than one would guess, on the fact that the other night it rained a lot.
Yeah. Wait, Nia, do you want to wear these glasses while we're walking or no? No, I don't like them. They dull the beauty. Yeah. I don't think I even got our figs in. That's fine. Kind of be looking like a school of fish though.
Came to a pretty part of the trail. It's all been pretty, but this is some pastoral land kind of at a slope. We're on the backside of the pond. Can't really see it from here, obviously, but we should circle around and see the pond from the other end now. Along our path here, we found a big rock.
The big rock!
A review of this trail. Today, the kids and I are doing at least 2 hikes because they're smaller. We're gonna roll down the windows, a little hot in here. This was called Black Swan Preserve, I believe.
I thought it was Black Swan Trail.
Well, I mean, you could call it a trail, but I think the name of it is Black Swan Preserve. It's got a little pond in there.
Technical.
We should have taken a picture. Interestingly enough, there was a picture of a bunch of fish of what they have in the pond. It was all in Spanish.
Yeah, it was all in Spanish.
So there's carp, there's
trout,
different trout, there's catfish, sunfish, which is like perch, and yeah, there's quite a variety for that little. And we saw a few people coming in and out with fishing poles, but didn't see anybody with fish. So
you might only be able to do catch and release.
yeah, I feel like it's pretty small. Like there's probably not a huge population of fish in there, but there's some. Anyway, what we thought of the trail. What did you guys think of the trail?
I really liked it. It kind of reminded me of the last one that we did, just not as good. But I really liked it, and now that I have these, give me a second. La Sportiva Nucleo High 2 GTX in the color Carbon Chili.
There we go. The
Boom.
color has everything to do with it.
Exactly. If it wasn't the color Carbon Chili, you can get up close of what they look like right now. They're of dirt. They're looking good. They held up nice.
She used them up today already.
I did.
Got some dirt on those babies.
I know.
Looks like we're gonna have to.
I knocked my shoes.
We need to bring something to clean the bottoms of the shoes.
Yeah. Or get some new
So,
floor
what did you
mats.
think, Nia?
I thought it was really nice. The trail's a little bit messed up. It wasn't like 100% clean, but it's still good. It looks like there's a lot of horses or rain that kind of hit it. It was really good though. You get a bit of uphill, you get the lake, you get the view of the satisfaction of looking over. And it's a really satisfying hike. I think it really used its 2.5 miles to its advantage. It's definitely a lot of, swirling and stuff like that. It feels much far away from kind of civilization a little bit, even though you're right across a road. And there's a little bit, you could see a little bit of houses, but other than that, I think it was a beautiful view. I would give it, I would say a 6.2 out of 10. I'd give it a, get back to me. I gotta contemplate.
I mean, it's hard to, we're trying to review trails, but it's kind of hard because this is, the last 2 we did were over 5 miles. This was, I think 2.5 miles was even stretching it. It was probably a little less than 2.5 miles.
It was 2.29 miles.
And we did a little walking off the path and just taking pictures too, so we probably added even a few steps there. We're all wearing Fitbits, so we kind of are able to track our miles that way. I don't know, for as short as the hike was, I'd give it over an 8 because I really enjoyed it. It had great views. Pond was beautiful, had plenty of wildlife as far as the birds went.
Yeah.
It had good elevation gain. It says only 250 feet elevation gain, but I felt like it was even more than that because it is going up and going down. It had parts of the path were 4 or 5 person wide hiking paths, and then there was a fine mixture of single wide. Yes, because it rained and it was muddy, there was some spots You are going through some pastoral land. We didn't see any cows on this hike, but there was, you know, the evidence of them. And I think part of this trail you can actually take horses on as well. So some of it was a little bit torn up because it had been wet, but temperature was great. You're in and out of shade. There were some areas that were feeling very hot because you were going uphill and you were in the sun. But that's part of hiking. That's when the shade pays off and feels so good. So yeah, I would still keep it over an 8 just because of this is in our own backyard. Quick little 20-minute drive here, and it was fantastic. Now we're going to head down the road to, I think it's called Hammond's Grove. It's in Browns Valley. I think it's about a 10-minute drive and another short little hike. So we'll review that one next.